And welcome back to tractor pulling at Hörby in Sweden. It's time now for the 4.5 ton modifieds, round 4 of the Euro Cup. And if we take a quick look at the current points table, you can see that Fox Junior has dominated the season so far, and with Starlight Express also missing this round, there's a good chance for Green Spirit and Popeye to make up some of the ground on the leaders. We start with a Danish tractor called Part2, and it's powered by a hefty Scania lorry engine. That might look like cobwebs on the wheel, but in fact it's just when they go through the muddy puddles here. There are plenty of those about. The water trickles down from the lugs on the wheels, making these marks. So Part2 well on its way. Oh, and it looked like there was a problem at the end. So Klaus Larsen and Part2 record 73.07. She seems to be enjoying herself, doesn't she? That's the way. Here's the next to pull. An unusual setup this. It's a Scania engine encased this time in a nice blue bodywork. It's got one of those unpronounceable Swedish names that every commentator loves. It's Iljevrollet, which means a call from an elk. It's driven by Jesper Lundqvist. Very slowly away. And in this class, he's outclassed, I think. Not too long for Iljevrollet. 65.77. Here's another Swedish machine. It's called Silver Spirit, with Bo Inge Lundgren behind the wheel of a single Rolls-Royce Griffin. Probably where it gets its name from. Why not paint it silver as well? Looks to be coughing and spluttering a bit. Approaching the 70 meters. Oh, and then when the sledge started to bite, it blows. A backfire, and that looked expensive. Here it is again. No wonder the mechanic looked a bit down. 69.06 for Silver Spirit. There are the pieces. It looks like it's sing-along time on the terraces. Onto a Danish tractor this time. It's called Madame, normally driven by Jan Sandberg, who's the son of the chairman of the Danish Tractor Pulling Association. But today it's his older brother Flemming who's in charge. It's a Packard 41-litre 12-cylinder engine. The whole of the Danish Association spending a lot of time getting ready for the European Championships turning, which you'll be able to see later in the series. Looks like it's just about ready. Flemming also finding it tough on this very wet track. Regular pulling fans will probably remember it used to be called Basser, this tractor. Now the score, 69.2 is the distance for Madame. Now this is another local Swedish tractor, another difficult name. It's Återfallet. What looks like another Scania, and it's David Svanteson who's behind the wheel. In this modified class, you can build a tractor as you like, as long as it conforms to safety standards, meets the weight limit, and the engine doesn't exceed the rating system. So David, well, he got a little bit more speed up there, but not much. And yet another who finishes around the 70-meter mark. 71.88, and he gets a small ripple from a small crowd. On we go with Caterpillar from Norway, built 6 months ago by Steiner Kolnes. And he's used a Caterpillar 3408, 18-litre engine with 2 turbos. You can see sticking out both sides at the front. And Steiner is another who fails to break the 70-metre mark. 66.59 for the Norwegian. Staying with Scandinavian machines, this is Big Mama 2 from Denmark, driven by Sorendal, who's a blacksmith by trade. One of the largest lorry engines you can find. It's a Fiat 42 Euro. He's got a couple of turbos at the back as well. Well, Soren's at least broken the 70-metre mark with this run. That's an achievement. And let's see the scoreboard. 76.89, and he gets a wave of the Danish flag for his efforts. And now we have a local team who live not far from the track. Swedish champions and regulars on the Eurocup circuit, Cougar with Fredrik Andersen. Five large Chevys putting down the power. He's got good speed, good line. Oh yes, that was a good run. That's a full pull to Cougar, who made light of the conditions, and that brought a smile to the faces of the Swedish crowd. So full pull, and I expect Fredrik will be thinking back to last year when he had a mechanical defect and couldn't get off the line. But today everything was okay.
We are only 10 kilometers from this track, so we are very happy. And after lots of problems, the track is at last working. We're very happy.
What have you had to do to the tractor to get it going?
Everything has changed since last year. We have a new chassis, we have changed some parts on the engines, and the top engine, the fifth engine, is completely new, so there's a lot of difference.
And 5 other tractors made full pulls, so we have representatives from Denmark, Holland and Sweden in the final. Pulling had to be finished by 6 in the evening, so there wasn't time for the final on the first day, so we move on to day 2, which was fine and sunny, and this is Q18 Popeye to get the pull-off underway. Jan van Alphen with 3 Allison V12 aero engines, and it looks like a very tough setting on the sledge. Popeye really struggling, and he is well down. 58.54, and the judges were not happy. Peter, we've just seen Popeye pull. You're going to change the sledge, I understand.
Yeah, we have to change the sled. We are not happy with it, but we have to, because in the pull-off you have to have a minimum of 60 meters, and he had 85.3 or something.
58.
Oh, 58, sorry, yeah.
So what are you going to do to the sledge?
We take one weight out, and the box is in top by 90 meters instead of 75. Popeye's not happy with it, but okay.
Now we have one clutch. I think the floaters are getting too hot, they are bent with too much, so I couldn't shift the engine.
So will you be coming out for a second attempt in the pull-off?
Yeah, we come back in a second attempt, and I try to make a decision what we're going to do. Start with 2 engines, we're going to make a run with 2 engines, or we start a third one up during the run.
Well, they've altered the sledge, and this time it's Green Spirit 4 who's going to try. Normally driven by Peter Direct, but here in Sweden it's Jaap Willemsen who's on duty. 2 Rolls-Royce Griffins that were used in Shackleton's. Hammer hard down. Oh, I'm rocking a bit at the end when the sledge started to bite. Yeah, getting a nice round of applause from the crowd for that effort, which was 85.40. Now let's hear from the next to pull, Abe Zitzling. Tell us a little bit about this track. It's a little bit special to pull on, isn't it?
Yes, it's tough, but it's some places are not tough enough, I think. And you go like on a ship when you're sitting on the tractor. It's not good for the tractor.
You get seasick?
A little bit, I think. Yeah, but I think it's good. I think it's a track for us.
Us being Ig Koopmanschi from Holland. Abe saying that there are still some soft patches on the track, so we'll have to see if he can avoid them. Another double Griffin combination. And he has passed Green Spirit, not by much, but I'm sure that that is the new leader. And Abe is quite happy with himself. Nearly 3 meters better with that pull. And from one heavyweight to another by the looks of it. Making the earthquake on the other side of the track. Now it's the turn of Cougar with Fredrik Andersen. His brother Robert looks after the tractor and tunes the engines, and Fredrik looks after any chassis and welding work that needs to be done. 88.12 is the distance he has to beat. And this is a good attempt, but he is just short of the flag. That 90-meter cone in the wrong place, by the way. His distance 87.5, so into second place with just 3 more to pull. And a nice reception for the local team. Down at the start, it's Fox who's getting ready to pull. Torben Larsen testing the brake pedals. And that's Kjell Andersen on the other side, checking that all the 5 Chevys are ticking over smoothly. The rake and the roller are off the track. So Willem giving him the green flag. Slowly away at the start, which is getting a bit soft. Now he's in good shape. And Fox edges into the lead. An excellent run from Torben. 89.57 for the Danish team, and that could well be tough to beat. Torben acknowledging the applause from the crowd. Well, if anyone can do better, it may be the present leader in the Euro Cup, his teammate Kjell Andersen with Fox Jr. He's got a couple of Oldsmobile Chevys which are made of aluminium and are lighter and more powerful. Can that give him the edge? Oh, he's drifting left, and then he shuts down. Well, that's a real surprise. 48.76, last place in the pull-off.
Torben, you're in the lead, but you don't look too happy.
I don't know what went wrong with Junior. It had a strange sound, like we had an ignition problem or something, because it cut off a few times. I don't know what went wrong, but he definitely had problems staying on the track. It would go to the left for him very bad, but I don't know what went wrong with the ignition. It sounds a little bit strange to me, and I can see all 5 motors were still running, so maybe it was a wire problem somewhere.
Well, the Fox team are first and last in the pull-off at the moment. And this is the only one who could alter that. Jan van Elfen, the Dutch dairy farmer with Q18 Popeye. We don't know whether he's going to use 2 or 3 of his Allisons, probably 3, because he always gives it his best. Anyway, he needs the points, and his main rival, Challenger from Germany, not here because they've got a damaged engine. And it's looking good so far. Oh, and the sledge reins him in sight of Fox's marker flag. He needs 88.13 to take second place. And he's done it by 6 centimetres, so here's the final result. Up and down fortunes for the Fox team, and a very closely fought pull-off. In the points table, Fox Jr. stays ahead. Fox and Popeye move up, and Challenger, the big loser, drops 3 places. So, Torben Larsen wins his first Eurocup event, flanked by Abe and Jan. Now let's see the winner again. We'll take a short break. The pro stocks are next on the race car.